Hello and welcome back to our Fm22 Journeyman, where we're attempting to go from non-league football to winning the Champions League. And today we are on the job hunt for our fourth club after unsacrimoniously getting fired from Manchester City in yesterday's episode. If you haven't watched that one, pop back and have a look at it now. To be fair, we have had a really poor run there, and I think I spent pretty much the entire episode saying we're not going to make it till Christmas. As it is 20th of December, we are looking for a new job, and I'm not sure if I want to jump straight back in or wait for something amazing to come up. I am really annoyed though that this job has gone straight away. FC Köln have already hired a new manager, and I really wanted to manage them just because they have a goat as their badge, and I think that is cool as all heck, as well as the fact I think they'd be a nice rebuild to be undergoing. But hey ho, we're having a look. Chelsea have already said that they've done their interview process, so they won't be hiring. Villarreal have done much the same. Obviously Man City, we won't be going there. But looking down here, there's not a huge amount going on in terms of big clubs. We might need to be looking either to wait for a little bit, or we need to be sort of taking a job that maybe isn't quite as big as Man City. So the likes of a Sunderland, for example, that becomes a bit of a rebuild job because like they're probably going to get relegated. We could go back to Barnsley, but all of these ones are all stable as well, so I don't know whether to just sort of wait it out until we get the other side of Christmas and managers start getting fired. It's an idea. Before we go any further though, if you do enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like down below. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And as well, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers, and of course we will be embarking on a new journey with a new club, hopefully by the end of this episode, unless for some reason I genuinely can't find a club and this turns into a series now, which is just called Job Centre FC. But I don't think that will be the case. We're going to sort of fast forward now though until something happens, until I either get an interview, a club comes in, or we just see a interesting club to have a look at. Back in a bit. So West Ham have offered us an interview. Having a look at them though, what they've been doing for the last couple of seasons. Obviously they got promoted from the Championship there and they finished 8th last season. Currently in the league they're 16th, and it's just do I want to take over West Ham? I think part of this as well is having only just sort of left more English football. I either want it to be a team that I'm really interested in, or possibly a foreign team, just so it's something different. But obviously this is based on realism, and we do have bills to pay, so we have to take the interview. So thank you very much for having us here, Mr. Brian Yeosman, the chairman of West Ham. Your managerial experience lacks variety in our opinion. Can you tell me why you've only worked with a small selection of clubs? I've worked with 3 clubs, and also I've not been a manager that long. Question mark? I don't feel. I've not really had the chance to manage more than a couple of teams because I'm still in the early days of my managerial career. You have 1 relegation on your managerial record. Yeah, but it was down with Blythe Spartans. Can't explain those circumstances. It happened once and I won't let it happen again. What went wrong at your previous club? I was utterly awful and didn't win matches. That's mostly what went wrong, I think. I've got a reputation for applying for other jobs while still employed. What's that all about? I feel it's acceptable. Don't know what you're on about. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs now? I'm doing whatever I can to keep progressing. Also, I'm in the running for 2 jobs. It's not exactly a lot when you're unemployed, I don't feel. If you are in the job market, please, dear God, apply for more than 1 job when you're looking for a new one. They don't always call you back for interviews. Are you willing to ensure us you'll do a better job of meeting expectations than your potential predecessor did? Yes, I absolutely will. Are you the right person to turn around this underachieving club? I'm a motivator, honestly. Would I work with Mark Allen? Yeah, sure, we'll work with Mark Allen. I mean, again, it's based on realism, so why would I change him? There's no technical reason for me to change him. And the same with the staff. There's no reason for me to change them. unless I get there and sort of look at them and go, yeah, there's no way I can work with these guys, or obviously they do a awful job, in which case we can change them. It's better to finish in a mid-table position. You are down in 16th, guys. I feel like there might be a reason for it. Is mid-table maybe asking too much? I mean, if I'm given a job, I'll be able to reach the proposed mid-table finish. Let's go with that. That is quite a small transfer budget, but I feel like it is what we're going to have to go with. So we'll just say it's a realistic transfer budget and a realistic wage budget as well. And we'll see if they get back to us. But again, I don't know if it's where I want to go. This, however, that's just come up, Hertha Berlin, even though we have just beaten them twice, I feel like this would be a bit more of an interesting one, going over to the Bundesliga. Hertha Berlin, obviously we mentioned a couple of episodes ago, normally an absolute powerhouse. They are currently 5th. I feel like this would be quite an interesting one. I have some reservations regarding the fact that you've never managed in this country. I've always been keen to manage in this country, but I've never had the opportunity. I hope you give me the chance. Fair to say you failed to live up to expectations in your former club. Why weren't you able to produce the goods? I was awful. If I got the job, I'd have no problem in meeting your expectations. Everything's set for success here. You're a fantastic club. Obviously, it was Man City's fault, not mine. Well, you felt accepted to apply for a number of jobs. On each occasion, I wasn't enjoying myself. I wanted a fresh start. It's not entirely true. It's because it's more a journeyman. I was trying to get to win the Champions League as much as possible. And I wasn't likely to be doing that with Blythe Spartans, even though we do like Blythe Spartans here on this channel. Can I explain why I'm in the running for a few jobs? Again, I'm in the running for 2 jobs. And I am unemployed. I need to pay my bills. Club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to competition expectations. Yeah, absolutely. We've been performing well below expectations, even though we're on our best run of the season. I could get this and back on track. I'll work with you, director of football. Not a problem. I don't plan on making any staffing changes. What do you want me to do? You want me to reach the quarter final of the Europa League? You want me to finish, qualify for the Champions League? Is that going to be top 4 in terms of the Bundesliga? I assume it is. I think that's an exciting thing. Targeting Champions League qualification. I think that's realistic. 26 million. I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with that wage budget. Obviously, it's not the 7 million odd pound that we had at Man City, but we're going to be in Germany, so that's kind of to be expected. Not quite as big a budget over there as they have over in England. Let's see if we get anything back from either of these clubs. Well, we got one back pretty much instantly. We interviewed with West Ham on Wednesday. It's currently Saturday. It's also Christmas Day, and West Ham have approached us. They do want to give us a wage of 28,000 though, which is a bit of a severe drop from £90,000 a week we were on at Manchester City, and we're going to ask them if we can delay for a week. They've agreed to delay for a week. Now, we just need to see if anything comes through from Hertha Berlin. I don't think anything else has come up yet that is of any interest particularly. It hasn't. Nothing's really changed here either. So if we want to get back into football quickly, which I kind of do, because it's a little bit the point of the series, then Hertha Berlin looking like our best option at the moment. Now they just need to offer us a job and it will all be good. They have offered us a job. See, the problem is here, from a realism perspective, West Ham are offering me 28,000, I think it was, and Hertha Berlin are offering me about 16,000. That said, I feel like I could comfortably live on either one of those wages. More than comfortably, really comfortably. I can sell whatever house it is that I've bought in Manchester, buy one in Berlin, and it wouldn't be too much of a problem. So I think we go and have a talk with the Hertha Berlin board here. They want us to start immediately with a 3-year thing. Can we get 20,000? I mean, that's about what we're on at Barnsley, which isn't that long ago. 22,000. Can we go to 21,000? Can we get to anywhere near 21,000? 19.5. Okay, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to Germany. Hertha Berlin hire James Edworthy. We've rejected the offer from West Ham, which I get maybe in the realism factor doesn't make a huge amount of sense in terms of money. Like, in terms of realism and what I would do at this point if I was a bit like, look, I've just got battered in the Premier League. We can move to Germany with the missus. We can move to Germany with the kids, and you know, we can chill out there, and maybe we will have a bit of a better time. I mean, media prediction of second. We've got a great reputation. This looks like somewhere we could really, really build something, and we can live there for a while. I'm unlikely to get fired and have to move house and all of that stuff again. And I feel like maybe this would make a bit of sense. It's obviously a bit of a wage drop, bit of a salary drop compared to Manchester City, but equally, I'm assuming the way of life and the cost of living is probably a lot less in Germany than it is in England, if other European countries that I've been to are anything to go by. This is what the board, though, ignoring all of that, we've started a discussion about finances and the cost of living. No, back to Football Manager. This is what the board want from us. The club culture, develop players using the club's youth system, which is fantastic. More than happy with that. And sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Again, more than happy to do that if we can. Likes to work within a wage budget and minimum of 3-year contracts for first team players, which all seems pretty reasonable. This season they want us to reach quarter-final. We know Hertha Berlin, they were in our group with Manchester City, have already qualified for the next round, so that is achievable at least, and they'd like us to qualify for the UEFA Champions League in the league this season, as well as reach the semi-final of the DFB Pokal. From then on, it's pretty much being recognised as the best of the rest, and they never want us to actually win the league, just kind of finish top 2 or 3. That's kind of what we're looking at here. And I guess now we've already got our youth intake. I mean, that looks quite nice. It's an excellent intake with lots of good defensive midfielders, attacking midfielders and strikers. That's not a bad first email really to get from your club when you turn up. I guess what we really want to have a look at now is what's the squad looking like. Let's just arrange this in terms of ability. So our best ability player is our inverted winger over on the left here, which, why? Look, mate, you're fantastic. You're obviously the best player at the club. Completely get that. For some reason, you want to start more games. I'm happy to do that. I'm not sure why you've not been starting games. You seem to have been playing quite well. Maybe that was what the previous manager was doing wrong. I don't know. But how do you want me to pronounce your name? Kvaratskhelia. Your name is 100% changing. He is an inverted winger over on the left or on the right, but looking preferable to be over on the left. My only problem with him being an inverted winger is his crossing is doggy doo-doo. 10 is not great. The rest of it, dribbling, first touch and technique, all looking quite good. Agility is decent, as is pace, acceleration, all of that. So he looks perfectly capable. We've got Kevin Valdez, which actually, I've just realised I've been scouting this guy with Man City for the last half a season. So I know he's got quite a decent amount of potential. And look at this, he's a Bundesliga standard player, close to full potential. He looks quite decent. He can either play as a wing back on the right, or he can play as a centre back, but probably more likely to be suited over here on the right wing back position. Again, his crossing isn't exactly fantastic though. We've then got another right back, Bahiri Akikechek. Oh, this team's going to do my head in terms of trying to pronounce them, but hey ho. Another right back can play as a wing back. Again, his crossing is awful. No one in this team can cross apparently. We've then got an attacking right midfielder. His crossing's 12. It's moderately better. He's also requested to leave, which is less than ideal. Florian Nihus, a German midfielder. Been at Hertha Berlin for a couple of seasons. Brought him in last season. Plays Mazzala. Can kind of play there. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be playing with Mazzala again, but hey ho. We've got Ozan Kabak here. Another centre-back. Looks fairly decent. That's some very, very good heading and jumping reach and some good strength. You will be nice at set pieces, Mr. Kabak. Thank you very much. We then got a left back, so we have got one of them in our top 10, which is always nice. Mark Cucurella. So we have got a decent left back by the looks of it, who's been playing quite well. What happened to their manager? Is their manager left or did he get fired? I can only assume he must have left. I can't see he has got fired. We've got Lorenzo Luca up front as well. How has he been doing this season? 13 appearances, 6 goals. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not a particularly bad return either. We've then got Hamid Jr. Traore here, centre attacking midfielder. So looking at these top 10 players here, we are very much... Are we looking at a 4-2-3-1? Feel like we probably are looking at a 4-2-3-1. What I am noticing is we don't get to our first goalkeeper until we get down here, so that might be somewhere we do need to improve. Cohen Castells, our best goalkeeper, already conceded 27 in his 17 appearances this season. We're currently 5th in the league. Bayern Munich, as expected, are top, followed by Bayer Leverkusen, which is perhaps not quite as expected. Borussia Dortmund way behind both of those clubs, then Hoffenheim and ourselves. RB Leipzig are behind us as well, but only on goal difference. Actually, not even in goal difference. Identical record. I think we're actually just ahead based on alphabetical order. That's a little bit mad. And I've just seen in the first knockout round, we have got Chelsea in the league. Nothing like an easy start. I would love as well... They also want us to reach the semi-final of the DFB Pokal, but we've already been knocked out. So how exactly are you expecting me to do that? That's not something I feel like I can actually go on and do here, in all honesty. The only nice thing here as well is obviously got Bundesliga. Do we have any friendly? No, do we not have an off-season in Germany? I thought we had like a bit of an off season. Oh, we do. We're just like we're not actually playing now until the 8th of January, which is a little while away. Oldsburg here. Oldsburg, our first game, our 16th. You'd hope we'd win that one, but then our second match is Bayern Munich. Again, nothing but like a good old baptism by fire to get you started. Brilliant stuff. We are gonna have to have a fiddle around with some tactics, work out what we're going to be doing in between episodes, and then come back for those first matches with Hertha Berlin. It does mean as well that we probably come back next episode with some transfers. Hopefully we can have a little bit more of a look at the dynamics of the club, what's going on there, decide what we want to do. Now we're over in Germany and no longer at Manchester City. Could this be the team we go on and win the Champions League with? It may well be. Or it might just be a really long series. Either way, if you have enjoyed today's episode and you're excited to see how we do with Hertha Berlin, then please do drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you hit the notification bell as well. Of course, YouTube will let you know every time we upload and you won't miss out on any of the action on the channel. We'll be back on tomorrow's episode with our first matches with Hertha Berlin. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you there. Bye bye.